Okay guys, it's John here. We're back in the basement. Today we're going to be talking about 5 things that you need to look out for on eBay when you're buying or selling. Either way, these are 5 scams that people are looking to perpetrate on you to take your hard-earned money. We don't want them to do that, so we're going to jump right into this video and we're going to talk about these 5 things, and then we're going to show you some of the really cool stuff that I sold. So let's get right to it. Okay, Francine, what do you got there?
A book called Dwarf Car Technology.
What's it about?
Dwarf cars, whatever that is.
Is there any is Snow White in that book?
No, I don't think so.
How much it sell for?
$22.45 plus shipping.
I paid $1/4 for that at the thrift store, so that's a good profit. Okay, guys, the next item that we got here is this wonderful coffee pot. Is this the right one, Francine? Does it look right?
Looks like it.
It does look like it. Looks exactly like it. How much did it sell for?
Looks like $31.45 plus shipping.
What are you looking at?
The model number.
That's got to be it. I've got 2 of them, but they don't look nothing alike.
Yep, that's it.
So it sold for how much? Let's see that pretty face.
$31.45 plus shipping.
There we go. Okay guys, the first thing that we're going to talk about is a non-delivery scam, and this is a scam where sellers receive payment but do not send you your items. They leave the buyer without the product that they purchased, and that's just absolutely horrible. And there's a few things that you can do about this. If you're buying off of eBay, never pay for the item off of eBay. They will target some new buyers with low feedback, and they'll say, hey, can you pay for this item through this service or that service? And never do that. Always pay for your items through eBay. That way, if there's a problem, you don't get your item, you can open a non-item received case through eBay, and that's really simple to do. You open that case up, and 10 times out of 10, eBay is going to side with you as the buyer so that you do not get screwed. And that's not good on eBay. I don't know, it might be good in other places, but it ain't good on eBay. So what we're going to do is we're also going to discuss Facebook. Sometimes you might buy an item off of a Facebook group, and the person trying to sell you the item on Facebook is going to try to get you to pay through PayPal or Venmo or something like that, but typically PayPal, and they want you to pay friends and family, because when you pay friends and family, you lose all of your seller protections. So you want to always pay for items that you're buying as goods and services. That way, if they don't ship you the item, they're going to get the smackdown by PayPal and you're going to get your money back. Another way is that if you do pay through PayPal, pay by credit card, because that's another layer of protection that comes with that purchase. You can always file a chargeback through your credit card company. If PayPal tells you no for some crazy reason, you always have that line to fall back to. Call your credit card company up, tell them what happened, and most likely they will issue a refund. It's about protection, folks. Wear it. Okay, we've got this fantastic Carhartt vest here, and it's a 2X. It actually would have fit me, but it ain't my style of clothing. I'm no hillbilly. Or whatever Billy that would wear that. Maybe a Flatland Billy. How much did the Carhartt sell for?
$30 plus shipping.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think I paid like $2 or $3 for it. And then we have a book there. What does it say? How to rebuild your small block Chevy. Took my Chevy to the levee, but I had to rebuild the motor. How much did it sell for?
$17.95 plus shipping. That's
not too bad. So that one sold for like, what do you say, 25?
$22.45.
22, and that was 17. So that's like freaking almost $40 for 2 books, and I paid 50 cents for the pair. Another area to look out for, whether you're being the buyer or the person purchasing for items to flip to resell from places like Whatnot. This is a big issue that I have found personally on Whatnot with some of the stuff that I have bought, and it's counterfeit or misrepresented items. Not the counterfeit, but the misrepresented items. Sellers may falsely represent their products, selling counterfeit goods or describing items inaccurately. And I just ordered some clothing from a person that was selling on Whatnot, and when I got them in, a pair of clothing that was made out of like a nylon material, it had some runs in it. They might not have seen it. I didn't leave them negative feedback because I actually like the person, but that's something that you have to look out for. And as a buyer, you need to ask about condition while you're buying merchandise, and as a seller, you need to be honest up front and say, hey, there is some issues with this clothing, and know that so that when you buy it, you're not getting something that you don't want. That helps me as a seller because I don't want a bunch of returns on stuff that I just want to sell and get gone. So I always try to represent my items as honestly as possible. And as a seller, you should too. And as a buyer, do not hesitate to ask your seller if there are any issues with the item. Okay, Francine, we have a coat here. And how much did it sell for?
$22.45 plus shipping.
That's awesome. It's got all these neat patches on it. Is there anything on the back?
Yeah, it says All-Star.
Ooh, you're an all-star. That's pretty darn awesome. We had a little bit of a confusion about it because I listed as an adult extra large, but it says 16 to 18, and she says that that's a kid size. But that is no kid size. That's an adult extra large. That's big coat. So I don't know what's up with that. Let us know down below if you know, because we sure have no idea. Okay, guys, we're back on day number 2 of pulling stuff from the basement. It's just me today. Frances is at home. She'll be up here in a little bit to package all this stuff. But we sold another Nugget Buddy. We sold it for $8 plus shipping. This Nugget Buddy here sold for $14.27 total. I probably, after fees and taxes, probably made about $7 on it, which is pretty good. I'm pretty stoked about that because, as I said, you're almost getting your food for free from McDonald's. Sometimes if you find stuff that is culturally significant, like these Nugget Buddies, you can make money and even, in my case, get free food. Pretty cool. The next thing that we're going to talk about is something that I believe that could be happening a little bit on Whatnot. I don't know how they can tell if they've got systems in place to be able to tell whether or not people are doing this. But it's like people that are bidding up their own stuff, bid shielding. I've speculated for a long time that maybe some large corporations that sell stuff on their own websites that is donated to them, that they could be possibly doing this. And it's when a seller of a good lists an item for auction, and then they use a secondary account to bid that item up. And if you see items that have been bid up and they come back onto the market for sale again, then you definitely have to ask yourself, am I having a situation where someone is bidding up their own merchandise to get more of my money? And that is just unscrupulous. Anyone that would do that should be permanently banned from the site that they're doing that on. You know, people, your inventory system is only as good as you make it. Like, for some reason, I mess up. I have ADHD, and I'm not trying to play off ADHD Dave. I have it, and I do stupid stuff all the time. This was supposed to be in tote A8 there, but instead it was sitting over here on my black shelves. It was sitting on that first row of black shelf, second row next to that white thing, and it took me a few minutes to find them. I sold 8 of these. There's 8 of these here. Sorry about the loud noise. They sold for $17.95, $29.54 total, shipped out the door. There's 8 of them. It shouldn't be that hard to ship. I'm not making a ton of money on them, but they're so cool. I hope the new person that bought them enjoys them. He was really excited to get them, so that's really cool. Another thing that you have to look out for as a seller and as a buyer are phishing scams. Typically, you see these a lot on Facebook Marketplace. I've seen that where you list an item for sale and somebody messages you and they say they're interested in your item and they want to send you a text message to your telephone so that they can get a number, and then they'll know that you're a real person. But essentially what they're doing is they're trying to steal your account. They're trying to hack it so that they can use it for other nefarious purposes. Anytime you are buying something from somebody, do not give them your personal information unless it's your address so that they can ship the item to you. They don't need your phone numbers. They don't need none of that stuff. And if you do want to talk to them on the phone, use your spouse's phone number so that they have no access to the phone number that's tied to your account. That would be my biggest piece of advice, is never give out your phone number to weird people on the internet because you don't know. Okay, the next item that we got here is this long box. This is called a long box PS1 game. It's Skeleton Warriors. I had it in the store for $24.95. Probably should have stuck a sticker on the box, but I did. And it sold on eBay for $22.50, and it was $24.47 out the door shipped. That's pretty awesome. Not too bad. Hopefully There's no problems with it. The discs have a few scratches, but I always put that in the listing. You definitely want to be honest with your buyers, because you don't want them to get it and not be happy, because that's how you get negative feedback, and that's how you end up getting a lot of returns that you got to pay for. Okay, guys, this is the next shirt that I got here. It is Taj Mahal. It's some kind of band. I'm not familiar with the music. I didn't even listen to it. It is a double stitched, but it's on the jersey with a tag. Any shirt with a tag is getting pretty old anymore. Now they're all just printed onto the shirt. But I sold this bad boy. Let me pull it up here. I sold that shirt for $58.46, $64.10 out the door, tax total. Boom! That's a home run. That's awesome. I seen it, and I go, anytime you see a shirt and you're like, wow, that's kind of weird looking or kind of interesting, you buy it, because you're definitely going to make good money on it. I made $58.46 on it. I didn't pay no more than a couple bucks for it, so there you go. What do you guys think about that? Would you have bought that shirt? Let me know down below. The last thing that we're going to talk about is payment scams. You got to look out for people that are trying to get your goods illegitimately, and a buyer may buy something from you and then they do a chargeback through their credit card, because that can be used nefariously. Most likely you're going to see a lot of these payment scams when you're doing some stuff in person. If you're selling large items, I had a friend that sold a horse trailer, and the person came and paid with a cashier's check to a bank, and they picked it up on Sunday because that was the only day they were free. Well, guess what you can't do on Sunday? You can't call the bank to make sure the check is good. So they signed the title over to these people. They were gone, and the horse trailer was gone, and all they were left was a piece of paper that was absolutely worthless. Just use common sense. If something seems wrong, get your phone out, Google it, and see if this is a common scam, because if they're trying to scam you, they're not the one out there inventing these scams. They're just adapting them to their lifestyle so that they can take your money, because they don't want to work for their own. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go down below, maybe hit that thumbs up button, maybe subscribe to the channel. That would help us a lot. We're on our march to 10,000 subs. We appreciate you guys a lot, and God bless you.